xBhp means X amount of brake horsepower, which means we do road trips on machines ranging from our homemade single-cylinder world-class motorcycles to the world's best on four wheels. In 2017, we decided to do something very few people had done before. Go around the continent on two of the world's fastest bikes, a 280 horsepower Ninja H2 and a Ducati Panigale 1299. This is our story. In the first episode, we started from Sydney and we went up to Brisbane before taking a left towards the center of Australia and reaching a place called Wycliffe Well, which is supposed to be the alien sighting capital of Australia. Sunil,
Yes,
how are you feeling? And where are we?
I am feeling like I am on Jupiter. This is alien landing site. I've just made contact with some aliens.
Okay, so clearly it is too hot for you, but this place is called Wycliffe Well and this is supposed to be an alien sighting site. And as you can see, this is the only way they could have managed to get more people to stop here. But I hope that it's really true rather than just a gimmick. I mean, this is pretty much in the middle of nowhere, so it adds certain kind of credibility to it.
We met the cyclist who was pedaling solo from Melbourne to Darwin, the kind of stuff that needs superhuman efforts. He kind of made our ride look small.
So we are on Stuart Highway, and we met. I saw this gentleman. I was at considerable speeds, and it's okay. I can.
You got it?
Yeah, I think so.
Drop it.
No, I think this. So he's asking me to try and lift this cycle. I have to say cycle because mine is a motorcycle. And usually when you say a bike in Australia, they think that you're on a cycle. Anyway, so I'm going to try and lift this because I can't for sure lift my bike. So
Be careful, you're right.
fuck. It's heavy.
It's got a bit of water on it.
It's heavy. How heavy is it?
I don't know.
This must be 40, 50, yeah.
Don't know. But
This
the water makes a difference.
So where's the water here?
Yeah. So you got 4 kilos at least there.
4 kgs of water here,
4,
and
6 kilos of water. Maybe.
6 water. I mean, even we are like so thirsty on the motorcycle. I can't imagine him on a cycle, on this highway. Thankfully, we've got a little bit of shade.
Yeah, it's not too bad, and the
Fuck.
breeze is okay today. The breeze is okay.
So he's going from Melbourne. He started from Melbourne.
Melbourne, yeah.
That's a long way. So this is the old Ghan train, and we are in Alice Springs. This train actually started in 1929, and it used to run from Darwin to Adelaide, which is actually the whole continent, and it used to take 54 hours to do that. Apparently it is still running, and I mean the new one obviously, but this is a great piece of history. For a change, we are seeing an actual train rather than just road trains, and here it is.
Old train, and this is Powertrip 360 Express. This used to go from Darwin to Adelaide, and we are going Sydney to Sydney.
So the Finke Desert Race, as you might know, one of the toughest and most popular races in the world.
We finally reached Uluru on day 15 of the trip. Uluru is also known as the Ayers Rock, which is a World Heritage Site and one of the most. This was a landmark day for Powertrip 360 because we had reached the almost geographical center of Australia. It's a very hot afternoon here in Australia. We ran into a very pleasant kind of a surprise, a machine which we were not expecting, especially here in the center of Australia. We're going to show you in a moment what machine that is. But let me first introduce you to the rider of the machine, another fellow Indian, Jayesh. Hi. So where are we right now?
We are in middle of Australia. We are in Uluru, Ayers Rock, a Northern Territory, which is a center of Australia, and basically it's far away from everything. It's a remote location.
Far away from everything. And you have been here since 3-4 years?
3-4 years. Yeah, this is my second time in Uluru, altogether 8 years.
Wow. And so you are riding a very special machine today, which we will show to our viewers right now. The machine of the moment are not these two, not the Ninja S2, not the Panigale 1299. Let me introduce you to the star of the moment, a Royal Enfield Bullet 500 in all its glory. And look how beautiful they are looking against Uluru backdrop. This is absolutely amazing place. As you can see behind me, there are rock formations which have risen from the ground out of nothing. I mean, practically everywhere there is flat land, and just this part, which is called the Kata Juta, which is 50 kilometers from Uluru, which is the most famous natural icon of Australia.
New armor acquired.
And this is actually a protected national park, and it's absolutely mind-blowing, very spiritual place, very calm, serene. And we took 7,000 kilometers to reach here from Sydney, so you can imagine the kind of isolation I'm talking about. These are sandstone formations, if I'm not wrong, and these also change the color as the sun sets or proceeds during the day. In the end, when the sun is about to set, it will turn into almost blood red. the color of the rock. But look at the rawness of the environment here. We don't want to miss the moment where when the Uluru turns blood red, but Uluru is still 50 kilometers from here and the bikes are waiting. We have to get back on the saddle and ride. It's just 45 minutes before the sun sets, and hopefully we'll capture it for you. Alright guys, so this is it. This is Centralia, center of Australia again, and this is the famous Uluru Mountain that we are used to seeing in postcards and wherever we talk about Australia. And this is actually a very important mountain because this is held sacred by the Aboriginals here, the native people, and of course because of the beauty. And the most intriguing part of this is that how come there's a mountain rising out of nothing? So how come there is this mountain in the middle of nowhere, which is an absolute flat land, like flatter than flat, and wherever you see there's just grass, and then there is this one big monolith jutting out of the ground higher than the Eiffel Tower. I don't know, maybe aliens built it, like Kata Juta, we just saw. And this is an absolute, so a lot of people, hundreds of people flock here just to see the sunset at Uluru. So from here we'll now go to towards the north, Darwin, which is the capital of Northern Territory. And while going to Darwin, we will do almost 1700 kilometers in less than 20 hours, that is one day, from Alice Springs to Darwin. So that is also going to be somewhat a mental challenge. This is day number 15 of our trip around Australia, the power trip, and we are here in the center of Australia. And it's very hot, as you can see. I'm feeling a little bit of a cowboy, not only a motorcycle boy. But jokes apart, we are here in a very special place. These are the Uluru Camel farms, and they also give tours. So if you want to come here for some reason to center of Australia and you want to get on a camel, here it is, one of them. They have quite a few lined up. So the scene is set for horsepower versus camel power, and let's get a little bit closer to this camel and to this gentleman who's the head camel here, if I'm not wrong.
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Looking at here, what sort of camel is this?
Oh, this is one of our old camels here. He's a good working camel, trained for riding and also for pulling wagons.
Oh yeah, okay. So, what sort of distances can they go without water?
Depending on the food they can find, they can go for a few weeks without a drink of water.
Oh wow, okay.
So they're really built for the deserts.
Oh yeah, my bike can only go like 200 kilometers without fuel.
And then it needs another drink.
and don't ask about me, So we also have camels in India. I think they came from Mongolia or something. Most of the camels?
No, most of the camels were actually coming from the northern frontier of India.
Oh, okay.
So now it's sort of India and Pakistan.
Oh, yeah.
Coming out from the north, and they're coming out from the ports of India into Australia.
Oh, so these are actually camels from India?
Yeah, originally, yeah.
Wow, so there you have it, guys.
Surrounding countries, yeah.
Yeah. So, so what else? Like, if somebody wants to come here, do they have to pre-book or just they can walk in?
Always best to pre-book just to ensure a seat. But we offer anything from a 10-minute ride that runs all day, right up to our sunset and our sunrise rides are certainly
on the dunes. Are there dunes here?
Yeah, out around the dunes, great views of Uluru.
So like desert, everything's kind of like proper desert, or?
Well, technically we're not a desert here; we're a semi-arid area, so there's still a lot of vegetation around. So don't expect to see miles and miles of barren land.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of beautiful vegetation, and during the springtime also got a lot of beautiful wildflowers out there as well, so it's quite a stunning time of year to be here.
Absolutely. So can they go near to the Uluru, the mountain itself, like the foothills?
No, they can't.
No? Too much vegetation?
Not allowed to take animals into the national park,
Oh,
whether it be camels, horses, dogs or cats.
And I've seen beware of camels kind of signs, especially across Nullarbor. So are there actually wild animals, wild camels, stray camels over there?
Yeah, yeah. There's somewhere around 500,000 wild camels.
They come on the
roaming
road?
Central Australia. Yep.
Oh, so that's another thing we have to worry about.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. All right then, thank you so much, and you have a nice day.
Yeah, thanks for coming to visit again.
Right, so it's 4:15 a.m. in the morning, and we are just getting ready, and we only slept for 4 hours. And here's a breakfast, as you can see. So at least we are having fruits and coffee, which is very important. And now the packing is almost done. We already packed yesterday, so 1700 kilometers today. Let's see.
What happened, Sunny?
Oh, so my tire is leaking and it only had 25 psi, and now it has 36. It should be 42, 41. Right guys, so it is 5:20 a.m. and we are starting now for the 1700 kilometers ride on the H2 and the Panigale. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we have done 30 kilometers from Alice Springs and it is going to be dawn. You can see the moon there. Still a long way to go. Yes, so the first rays of the sun, and Sunil Gupta looks to be giving up already, but we have done 147 kilometers, and the first fuel stop is 50 kilometers from here. So the Panigale and the Ninja H2, two of the world's fastest bikes, are on a mission to do 1700 kilometers. Alright, and it is really cold. I mean, very cold. But it will get very hot very soon. Anyway, okay, so the fuel has finished pretty early this time, and I have done it's 8:30 and I've done 373 kilometers since morning, and the fuel has ran out at 175 kilometers, but I have got a spare fuel here. So I was going a little too fast, that's why. Alright, the petrol pump is less than 10 kilometers from here. It's quite unfortunate, I've lost time. Anyway, so we are taking a fuel break and trying to lift ourselves. We have done around 700 kilometers and it's, I think, not even 11. So around 1000 more to go. Let's see what happens. And it's 1000 kilometers at 240. 700 more to go. So I'm in this middle of this highway, another lonely stretch, and in the morning it was freezing, and now I think it must be close to 35 degrees and it's so humid. It's like almost impossible to continue. Oh. So the petrol pump is, I think, 40 kilometers from here and around 500 kilometers more to go. 1200 done almost. So anyway, mega straight roads here, and it's pretty interesting. And probably you can see the Panigale coming over there. Oh god, these are endless distances. So 1700 kilometers and the end of the day. So if we had around 100 kilometers more, the tire would have completely been gone. It's already gone. like you can see it's losing pressure now. So we are at the right moment actually to get the tire changed. So guys, good evening, and here's almost good night, and we're live from a beautiful street in Darwin here on our 18th day on the road, and we have done 10,000 kilometers on these two amazing motorcycles and 10,000 more to go. And yesterday, as you might know, some of you, that we have done around 1700 kilometers. Not around, we actually did 1700 kilometers in one day, in 17 hours. And surprisingly, we didn't feel tired. We didn't feel that we had done so many kilometers in one day, especially on these kind of motorcycles. Our hotel is like 1 kilometer from here, and I was looking at the maps and I saw there's a racetrack just 1 kilometer away from our hotel. And how could we miss this? Have a look